Hello students, today you are going to learn the new chapter in grammar which is known as active passive voice. I had already finished the tense. Now we have come to the point active passive voice. So in this chapter, active and passive voice, there are some certain rules that you have to follow. They are, suppose if it is given in active voice, I have written in short form AV, A for active, V for voice, active voice, and right side passive voice. So in active voice and passive voice, certain pronoun may be changed into passive voice. They are, if it is I, will change into me. If it is we, will change into us. If it is he, will change into him. If it is she, will change into her. If it is they, will change into them. So I have put the arrow mark. So I will change into me, we will change into us, he will change into him, she will change into her, and they will change into them. And I have put the arrow mark from both the sides. It means that these words, if it is given into active voice, like me is given into active, so me will change into I, us will change into we, him will change into he, and her will change into she, and them will change into they. So in both cases, both times, the active voice changes into passive voice, and the passive voice, that is all the words are given, will change into active voice. Now we will come to know that how from active voice it is changed into passive voice. Remember that in case of passive voice, that third formation of the verb is used for passive voice. That is always V3 will be used in case of the passive voice. So today I am going to let you know about first of all the simple present tense. So according to tense, it is also changed from active voice to passive voice. So first, simple present. Simple present, affirmative sentence. So in case of simple present, that affirmative sentence, how to change? Now here I am writing one example. Active voice. My parents love me. My parents love me. It is under active voice. Now you have to change into passive voice. So remember, all active voice, all sentence for active voice is always tense. So whether it is present or past or the future, different structures are there. And that which kind of verb it is used in case of active voice. Unless that the verb is defined, then we cannot make in the passive voice. So which kind of verbs that we use in case of active voice to change into passive voice? Remember, always transitive verbs are used in case of passive voice. To change into passive voice, that in active voice you will be given the transitive verbs. Transitive verbs only can be used in case of active voice. Then only we can make into the passive voice. But how to identify, how to recognize that which action words are transitive or which action words are intransitive? So for transitive, that before transitive word, you can apply the word what or whom. What did I say? That to recognize, to identify that which verbs are of the transitive verb, so that before action word you apply these words and you may ask the question whether it is what or whom. Say for an example the word love. So for the word love, love means that you apply the word whom. Then answer comes in a positive way. Whom loves, it means that whether it is Ram, Shyam, Gopal is loved. So that the love is a transitive verb. Say another example, eat. So beforehand you apply the word what eat. So it means that we may eat the mango, the rice, the bulbs, the bread, and it comes out. So that the word eat is a transitive word. But for an example, if it is weep, W-E-E, weep, and beforehand if you apply the word what and ask the question, what weep, then answer does not come. There is no any positive reply. So the word weep, action word, the weep, is a intransitive word. They are known as intransitive words. So certain words, certain intransitive verbs, it cannot be used in active voice and it cannot be changed into passive voice. So these things that we have to remember very well. So here that for active voice, my parents love me. And always remember, I will keep on explaining like this, that the active voice always they are from the tense. So now see, my parents, that is subject, and since it is plural, then given is used, then object is used, so that it is under simple present tense. So simple present tense, active voice, my parents love me. And now you have to change into passive voice. So there is one structure, right? First object, then is RM, then V3, the third partition of the verb, then the word by, and last is the subject. Object is RM, V3 by subject. So to change into passive voice, the first word, let it be any sentence or that any tense, whether it is present or past or something, the other sentences that you change into passive voice, the first word that you will have to write down the object. But how you will identify that which word is the object? So remember that first you have to find out which word is an action word, that is a verb. And just after the verb, that object is there. And that object should be a meaningful object. So here the word empty me itself clarifies as an object. So what did I say? That if it is me is given, we'll change it to I. So object is I. Then after is RM. For this, that along with I, am is used. Then after V3, this is V1, that you have to change into V3, that is love. And then after by you have to write. And then after subject, so here subject is my parents. So there is one sentence. I am loved by my parents. So this is actually that how to change from active voice to passive voice in case of simple present tense. So I am loved by my parents. Now come to negative sentence. So that what will be one sentence of negative sentence of simple present? Like we do not play cricket. Remember, always I am telling you that active voice is always of tense part. So this is, if you have gone through the tense, the negative sentence of simple present, the word do not or does not is applied. But what will be the passive voice of this? Passive voice, that one formula I have given you, that is object plus is RM plus V3 plus by plus subject. That is the original formula. And for that formula only, that just after the helping verb like is RM for passive voice, so just after is RM, that the word not should be applied, so that it will be a negative sentence of the passive voice. Because the structure of tense is different and the structure of passive voice is also different. So somebody that writes here that if it is do not is given, the same helping verb is written over here. This is very absolutely wrong. That the first structure in case of affirmative sentence of simple present that I have given to you, that is object plus is RM plus V3 plus by plus subject. That is the original formula of passive voice. And with respect to this, the structure of the simple present affirmative sentence, just after the helping verb, if you add not over there, it will be your negative sentence. And if you use the helping verb as first of all, that will be your interrogative sentence. So one, that you can see, we do not play cricket. Find out that which word is verb. The verb is here playing. And just after verb, object is there. So that should be written first. Cricket. And then after is RM. The cricket is. And then after, since it is a negative, the word not is written. The cricket is not. Then after, V3. Played. And then after, the word by. And then after, subject. So if it is subject is we, will change into us. So negative sentence, cricket is not played by us. Now let us talk about interrogative sentence. So here, interrogative sentence. One active voice, does he sing song? This is active voice, yes, no question. In here that you see what helping verbs are used. The same helping verb is not used in passive voice. This thing that you have to remember in your mind. So, in case of simple present tense, interrogative, that is RM should be written. So, what will be the passive voice from interrogative sentence? So, passive voice will be, first of all, is RM. Then after, object. Then after, V3. Then after, by. Then after, subject. And in the last, the question mark. So through this formula, you can make this sentence into a passive voice. So, which word is object? Object is sing, because just after the word. So, we have to identify which word is the object. Object is song, and since it is singular song, then is applied. So write down the is first of all. Then after object, object is song. And after that V3. So this is V1, what will be the V3 of it? Sun. And then after bite, after bite it is subject, the subject is here, he will change into him. So now the sentence is formed, is song sang by him. This will be the passive voice of interrogative sentence in simple present tense. So now you came to know that how affirmative sentence changed into passive voice, how negative sentence is changed into passive voice, and how interrogative sentence is changed into passive voice. So this is the structure of the simple present tense. Now you will come to know the next topic is present continuous. So before starting the present continuous tense, one more sentence of the simple present tense. In case of interrogative sentence, the word is who. So I am writing one sentence. Active voice, who plays cricket. So here that the word who. It is also an interrogative sentence with respect to WH question. So especially that wherever that in a sentence, that if it is a started word who, the another structure is given to change into passive voice. In case of the simple present tense. So it will be the passive voice. What will be the structure of that? First of all, by whom. And then after, is, are, am. Then after, object. And then after, V3. And at last, the question mark. By who? This word that you have to use first. By who? Then after is, are, am. Then after object. Then after, at the last, V3. Here, by, at the last, you must not try because already you have applied the word by over here, the first of all. So, what will the structure of that? First, by whom is written, then you write down the by whom. After by whom, is, are, am. So, find out that which word is object. So, object is here cricket, singular number, so that it should be is. By whom is. Then after object, so object is cricket. Write down cricket. Then after V3, so here the verb is there, plays V5. So you have to change it to V3. So it will be played. And at the last, question mark. So now the sentence is, by whom is cricket played? This will be under that WH question with respect to who. These are the very special words. So, with respect to who, how it is changed in affirmative sentence of simple present tense. And now that you will come to know about the present continuous tense. Present continuous. So, active voice, it is a tense from present continuous. He is eating mangoes. This is active voice. Subject is MR before object. This is a tense of present continuous tense. Now you have to change into passive voice. So its structure will be object plus is RM then after the word being, one special word that you have to use, being, object is RM, being, then after being. Then the word by, and then in the last subject. This is the structure of present continuous tense in affirmative sentence. Object is RM, the word being, this is a special word for present continuous that it should be used. Then the word V3, then by, and the subject. So, according to this structure, this sentence can be changed into passive voice. The first object is mangoes. Mangoes is a plural word. So, for mangoes, which helping verb can we use? That is are. Mangoes, then after are, then after the word being, then after V3, so here eating, that will be changed into V3, so it is eaten. Then by, and then after subject, so subject is here he will change it to him. So one sentence, mangoes are being eaten by him. And what will be the negative sentence? Just after the helping verb. Here only you apply the word not, it will be a negative sentence. As the case which I have given you the explanation, how to change from affirmative to negative, negative to interrogative, the same technique also is applied over here. So just after the helping verb, that the word not is applied, so that it will be a negative sentence of passive voice. Like, mangoes are not being eaten by him. If it is interrogative sentence, what shall we do? That the helping verb should be written first. So, are mangoes being eaten by him? So, likewise, this technique that you should understand. And accordingly, that you can change from active voice to passive voice. Now, you will come to know about WHO who question. Like who is plucking flowers. So word pluck means to break, and flowers is a plural word, and this is the present continuous with respect to who is plucking flowers, and its structure will be first of all by whom. Thereafter is RM. Then after object. Then after the word being. Then after V3. And at last the word question mark. By whom is RM, object, being and V3. So with respect to the same structure, we can change this sentence into the passive voice. So first by whom is written, write down the by whom. Then after is are, so find out that which word is object. So object is here flowers, plural. So it should be are. By whom are. Then after object. Object is flowers. By whom are flowers. Then after the word being. Then V3. So here is what will change into V3. So plucked. So by whom are flowers being plucked? Now the next chapter is present perfect tense. Present perfect. Affirmative. Now active voice. He has written an essay. This is affirmative sentence. It is the tense. Active voice is always tense. So have had plus V3. This is used for the past in case of that present perfect tense. And now the structure of the passive voice. So first object, then after have has, then after the word being, then V3, then by and subject. Object, have has, being, V3, by and last is the subject. So how to change? The object is here and essay just after the word. see. Then you have to choose either have or has. So for an essay, has been used. Then been. Then brief. Then the word by, and then here active voice he is the subject. Will change into passive voice. It will be written. So an essay has been written by him. What would be the negative sentence? Just after the first helping verb has, you apply the word not. So an essay has not been written by him. What will be the interrogative sentence? The first helping verb should be written first. Has an essay then have to be written by him. Now we will come to know about WHO, the who questions. Who has won the match? Who has won? That is victory. The match. This is active voice. Now you have to change into passive. So first, structure. By whom, then after have has, then after object, then after the word being, then victory, and at last question mark. By who, have, has, the object, the being, and the victory. Accordingly, that we can change into passive voice with respect to the this instruction. So first, by whom is written. Write down the by whom. Then after, first of all, you have to find out that whether object is singular or plural. Then only that you can apply these helping verbs. So here that the object is the match. That is singular. So for singular, has is used. By whom has. Then after object. Object is the match. Then after being, then after victory, so victory is already here, won, that should be written. And at last, question mark. This one sentence is, by whom has the match been won? This all for the present tense, the three, first simple present, then present continuous, and the present perfect. These three sentences are used for in case of the present tense. During my next class, that I shall teach you about the past tense and how to change from active voice to passive voice. But beforehand, that whatever that structure that I am giving you, you must practice at home. Then only that the work, your understanding power also that it can be successful. Thank you.